Welcome to the tips and tricks video for the daily inspection of the HPH Shark.
We will start here at the fuselage, walk around counterclockwise around the glider, and then afterwards we are ready to fly. Let's start here at the canopy. We have a look around the canopy that there's no crack, especially here around the window. And then of course it should also be cleaned so we can have a good view outside of the glider. When it looks great, then we open the canopy and start with the most important thing. Of course, the main pin must be installed and it must be locked. So that is here fine as well. And then we will have a look here at all the steering components that we can move it free. Also here the rudder, it feels good. Then we have the flap lever. We have also a look on the outside if it is really moving everywhere. And then we also have the air brakes. They are also fine.
Now ensure that all switches are in the off position. Verify batteries are securely attached and wires, terminals and connectors are properly connected. Remove any foreign objects from the cockpit. Inspect main landing gear condition. Check main wheel tire pressure. Test tow release function and inspect cable deflector plates for condition and spacing.
Let's close the canopy and also check that these ones here are properly aligned and the canopy is closed, and then we will continue with the wing. We inspect the upper surface of the wing and also the lower surface of the wing for any cracks or damages, especially on the lower side. There might be some damage here on the outer side of a landing. Then of course also we have a look here at the wing wheels, that they are still attached here properly and that they are not damaged. We will test if the outer wing is connected, and then we also have a look here at the trailing edge, if that is fine, because it is really a fragile part. Let's continue with the ailerons, especially here. This connection is important, that the pins are aligned properly. Down here in this window we can check if the drives are fine here for the flap and aileron. To check here the movement with a second person in the cockpit, I highly recommend to do the test at the position of the linkage, because otherwise it is not so good for the flap, the connections and so on. So we can also check here on the outside. This one is only spring loaded. And then we continue here with a left hand test, please. Right hand aileron to the middle by yourself. Okay, flap negative. Yep, flap positive completely. Okay, and neutral. Okay, that's also fine. Please open the air brakes. Coming out. And then we just make here a visual inspection that there's no water in here, that all these bolts and nuts are attached and the red safety paint is also on here. Then let's put them in again, out. Yeah, we just make a test with a little bit of pressure and then please close it again. And then we can also have a look that it is flush here. That looks perfect. Now we check here the surface of the fuselage as well on the upper side, but especially on the lower side. So here on the lower side as well, we check that it is a flat surface, that there are no cracks. Especially this area here around the tail dolly, it's a very critical part of the glider. One tip for you when you attach the tail dolly. Take care that you use this tool here to lift the tail, not at this spot here, because there are only a few layers of carbon fiber or glass fiber, but the part here, more to the vertical stabilizer, here are more layers of carbon fiber, so it's much stiffer and you won't damage there anything. So always use this spot here to lift it up and to attach the tail dolly. We won't cover the engine pre-flight check in this video, but there's a separate video as well on the channel of HPH, so check this out and have a closer look for the engine system. We check here the attachment bolt, that this is flat here. We lift it and that looks fine. The multi-probe is attached here. We align it horizontally. Also check here the holes for the static pressure on the fuselage here. Check that the fin tank spill holes are clear. Then also have a look that the outlet here is free of any mud and so on. Here we have another tire, so we need to check the tire pressure. Well, we continue with the visual inspection here of the elevator on the upper, lower surface on both sides, and also of the rudder. Especially ground handling, damages and so on in the rudder are quite common. So take care of this. And then we will check if it moves without any problems. This also moves freely. Elevator up, elevator down to the middle and slightly move. Okay. Rudder to the left-hand side, right-hand side, to the middle. Let's continue with the right-hand wing. The steps are exactly the same as on the left-hand side, so we skip it here. The last part is to check the fuselage front side for any damages, and also check here the pitot tube that it is free. Okay, and then it's time to finally prepare for the flight. This was the pre-flight check of the HPH Shark. For further videos, especially for the pre-flight check of the engine system, make sure to check out the other videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.